Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a video for my tall girls, and this is just going to be about, growing up tall, things that I wish I'd known as a tall girl and things that I feel like every tall girl should know. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it with a little chit chat, so here we go. Yeah, so for as long as I can remember, I've always been tall. I wasn't one of those people that had like a growth spurt where I was like smaller and then I shot up. No, I was always tall. Yeah, like my mum used to say that when she had me, they like measured all the babies on the ward that day, and I was like the tallest baby from head to toe, like lengthwise. I was just always tall. So yeah, growing up, I loved it. I loved the fact that I could kind of like see over my friends' heads. Like in school, you could see it. I could just see over everything. People would be like, "Yeah, tall Jackie," and people always saw me, and I was just loving it. And I think also because my parents were always like telling me off if I slouched. It was always like, "You're tall. Sit up straight. You're tall. You know, make sure you're walking correctly. You're tall. Like check your posture." So it was something that was sort of like ingrained in me to like. So I had to like my height, but also just to be aware of how I came across, like not to come across like slouchy or embarrassed about it. Like it was always something that I was told, like, come on, sit up straight. So yeah, I loved it, and I really I'm happy that my parents did that, because I know not every tall girl has the same sort of opinion on their height. But for me, yeah, it was something that I really just really liked. And I think one thing that I'd always say is, when you're tall, like people are always going to notice you. Like it's not something that you can hide. You know, as soon as people see you, they can automatically see your height. So why not own it and give people something to talk about, or show that you love it and show that you own it and show that you're confident about it. If you already come across like, you know, you're slouching, or you're coming across like you're not proud of it, that already gives people the impression that you're embarrassed about it, and already that is something that people can say about you. Whereas if you come with the energy, the confidence, you know, the posture, then people know, okay, this girl likes her height, this girl is confident in herself, no one can tell her anything. Like, yeah, I'm tall, I'm fabulous, what? Yeah, I'm tall, I'm fabulous, what? I'm tall, I'm fabulous, what? Like literally. So yeah, like that's something that I've always sort of carried with me. And yeah, I feel like it's so important as a tall girl, like to have that sort of energy. Like you need to come with that sort of vibe, like, yeah, I'm tall, like I'm a tall babe, like, yeah, I walk into the room, I'm tall, yes. Because if you allow people to bully you or have something to say about it, that's only going to kind of carry along with you for the rest of your life, because your height isn't something that you can change. It's not something you can go to Turkey and go and change or inject or take out. Nope, like height is your height. So if that's how God has made you, you have to own it. You really have to walk with that confidence, like, this is me, I have, you know, this beautiful height. And most people, I'm sure, you know, 70% of the time, I always get, oh my gosh, I wish I was your height. Oh, can you give me some legs? Oh, can you give me some height? Like these sort of comments that people always say, because the majority of people actually want to be taller. Like, let's just be honest, a lot of people want to be taller. If you already have that, walk in that confidence. Don't be embarrassed. Like, come on, sis. Like, you need to, you know, put your shoulders back, put your head up. Yeah. You know, even if they call you a giraffe, you own it. Yes, I've got a long neck like a giraffe, and what? Literally, that's the energy I used to have growing up. And yeah, no one could ever say anything to me about my height. Yeah, so people will sense the confidence basically, and they'll treat you accordingly, is what I'm saying. It makes me upset if I see a tall girl and she's slouching and she's sort of walking like this. I just feel to myself like, come on, like you have this beautiful height, like no, you just can't. You really can't. And it does affect your posture. Like if you constantly walk around slouched, or like, you know, it will actually affect you. And even the way you walk as well, like it can really like have effects on that later on, where you just end up like that for life. So yeah, just make sure you're checking how you walk, checking how you sit, and exuding that confidence, because you already have it. You just need to put it out there. Yeah, so another thing is dressing for your height. Right, so growing up, I used to shop at, where did I used to shop? New Look, because I think that was just, yeah, New Look was there for teenagers, and they didn't have a tall section at this point. And I was always into fashion, right? And I always loved like customizing stuff. So if I bought something, I'd like to like cut it or customize it or do something to make it my own. And I'd buy something, like I'd buy a top and the top is already stopping here because I'm tall and it doesn't fit. So I'd just be like, I might as well roll it up, because I can't just be having it here like a wrist swinger and it's just looking, you know. Now I know there are loads of tool collections, there's so many tool shops, I shop accordingly. So I think the first one that came into play for me was New Look Tool. So New Look Tool, I started buying there, and then Topshop Tool came with their jeans. And for all those that don't know, Topshop jeans, they have every size, every length. Like, they're absolutely amazing when it comes to that. They can be a bit pricey, but for me, I absolutely love them. Like, that's where I used to buy all my jeans, particularly when I went to uni. That was like, yeah, like all my jeans, like Joni jeans, like the high-rise ones, they were awesome. So yeah, you just need to know where to shop, and not only just shopping at tool collections, but knowing which tool collection fits you, because not every tool shop gets their length right. Like, I've noticed that sometimes, like ASOS is absolutely amazing, they're one of my like top places for tool collections and shopping, but sometimes certain not even ASOS brand but other brands on ASOS, I might buy something and I'll be like, this is meant to be tool collection, but it's up here and it's, you know, it could be showing my private parts, and I don't need that. But I could buy something from, let's say, a great place that's really good when it comes to their tool stuff is Pretty Little Thing, by the way. So I could buy something from Pretty Little Thing and the length is perfect, but the brand that I bought through ASOS is tool, and obviously Pretty Little Thing has a tool collection, but they're slightly different. So just shop around and know which brands fit you well. Yeah, and I think customized stuff, like, so like a little hack, something I do is, if I'm gonna buy some jeans that are not tool collection, I'll either buy jeans that are frayed at the end, so the hem's frayed, or I'd buy jeans that are like skinny but have like really, like, yeah, really kind of like tight ankle. So I think those work really well in summer. I think if you're buying something with like a frayed hem, that works really well, because if it's frayed, like, it can be any length really and it's not really an issue. And if it's skinny jeans and it's shorter than you, you can sort of like wear that with trainers, that looks good. So just like knowing little things like that to do. But you know, if not, just always make sure you're buying your jeans that are your length. So Topshop, ASOS, like ASOS have this collection called Collusion Studios, which is absolutely bomb, and yeah, their lengths are great, so I shop there. There's a lot of other tool places that I get jeans from. Another place is Height of Fashion. They're a great brand for tool jeans, so yeah, shop around. But I think the main thing is like finding your style. So one thing that I used to do is sort of like look for tall women who could give me like style inspiration. I think it's really important to find people that look like you to validate your look. And I think this was important to me because I was at uni and I had a tall friend, and I think was it Pinterest? She used to do like Pinterest boards of like different styles and stuff. And the girls that she'd be following and the girls that she'd put on there were short girls. And it didn't make sense, because I'm thinking, you're a tall girl, your style inspo needs to be tall women, so you know where they're shopping. But it's just things like that. So like, if you haven't done that already, like follow tall women, you know, that are going to validate your height and show you that, yeah, it's beautiful and it's bossy to look tall. You know, don't follow people that are going to make you feel a type of way. Not saying that, you know, anyone else you follow is bad, but just knowing like who shops where and who you can sort of look to for inspiration, you know, on the gram or on Pinterest or wherever you're doing. Like, just follow tall bloggers, follow tall women. So what I did, the people I used to follow were models, because I started modeling, and I think modeling obviously further kind of pushed me to believe that my height was amazing, because I was always around tall women, and sometimes I'd be like one of the shortest in the room. Yeah, I'm 6 foot, and yeah, I've met women who are like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and taller, and they wear it well. So it's just all about how you wear it. But yeah, so I used to follow people like Tyra Banks. I used to love her style. Carly Kloss, Jordan Dunn. Who else? Like, yeah, just women like that. Another person I used to follow actually quite early on, she's quite tall, Melissa's Wardrobe. So yeah, just following girls who are tall and who have style that you like or similar to you, that, you know, you can look to see, okay, where they're shopping and you can get similar things. No point following, you know, a shorter person and then thinking, okay, well, what they're wearing doesn't correlate, because it's not going to work. But yeah, like, even when it comes to like mini skirts, dresses, things like that, you need to know where to shop, because sometimes, as I said, these brands don't get it right with their length. And if you're not going to shop with a tall collection, but you're just going to go to a regular collection, it's going to be sitting up here. It will look like a dress on the model, but on you it'll be a vest. Like, you really need to make sure what you're doing is correct. Like, I'll see some tall girls sometimes wearing skirts, wearing dresses, and I'm like, sis, I can see your bum, like I can really see your knickers, and you really need to get that in check. Like, sometimes you might see something and you think, okay, it's definitely you know, longer on that model, so if I buy it, it's gonna work. No, it's not. Like, it really isn't. You have to buy from tall collections. You have to buy from the tall. No, honestly, guys, like, shop from tall collections. And the reason why I say this is because for years, tall collections were non-existent. Like, it wasn't a thing. So many mainstream brands have brought out these tall collections. Why are we just gonna forget them and not buy from there? Like, we have to. We are tall girls. They made it for us. Let's own it. Let's buy from them. Let's share it. You know, let's tell people these tall collections are here. Because I remember back then when I was at uni, and I used to shop from Boohoo when Boohoo first came out, and obviously they didn't have a tall collection back then, and I'd buy a dress and wear it, and on me it's like, it's up here. And then my friend would buy it, and on her it's looking at a decent length, and I'd be like, oh, what am I going to do? And then they brought out Boohoo Tall, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is what I've needed. So the fact that we have these collections, shop around, guys. There's so many. Boohoo Tall, Pretty Little Thing Tall, ASOS Tall, Topshop Tall, Glamorous Tall, Only Tall. There's so many. Like, I have lists. Like, if you ever need to know some tall brands and you want to find out, yeah, DM me, message me. I can send you some places, and shoe brands as well. So yeah, and then the other thing I'm going to talk about is shoes. So if you want to wear heels, wear heels. Like, don't feel a type of way, guys. Come on. I did a poll on my Insta story about, yeah, heels and like what people wear. Like, if people are more like a block heel girl, or like if you wear heels, or if you're kind of a bit worried about wearing it because of your height. And yeah, I feel like we shouldn't really let our height stop us from wearing heels. Why? Because if it looks good and it complements your outfit and it makes you happy, do it. Like, don't care about what anyone else is going to say, and it's only going to make your legs look even longer and more beautiful. So what's the problem? Yeah, I know it can be hard. Like, growing up, I think there was a time where between, I don't know, let's say like 16 is when I started wearing heels. Okay, no, 14 is when I started wearing heels. And then up until I started modeling, so let's say I started modeling about 19, so between 14 to 19, I only wore like block heels and like really tiny kitten heels and stuff. And when I look back, I'm thinking, what was I doing? Like, they weren't nice. Like, those shoes were not nice. But I wore it because I was like, I want to wear heels, but I don't want them to be too much. And I'd look at the pictures. So now I'd look at the pictures and I'm like, okay, face was nice, outfit was nice. And then I look at the shoes and I'm thinking, why did I, like, why? Because the shoes would, if the heel is low and it doesn't go with the outfit, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you can wear a block heel, I don't know, like for summer, or if it's like a, you know, casual outfit where block heels look appropriate. But if you're like in a nice dress, like you're going out, you're going to dinner, and you're wearing something and it doesn't make sense, it just, yeah, like, we should stop doing it. I feel like we really need to stop doing it. And just from a place of style as well, like, don't, you know, ruin your outfit because of your, like, you're worried about looking tall. Sis, own it. Use that confidence. Come out there and show them that this tall girl knows how to dress. Like, we shouldn't be worried about these things. And I think especially because if you're going out with other people, they're wearing heels, so why should you feel like you shouldn't wear heels too? Wear the heels. But yeah, it's one of those things, you sort of have to get to a place where you decide to forget what everyone else is saying and just do what you want to do. Yeah, and I had that at 18, 19 when I started modeling, because number one, I had to wear heels. Like, everyone was wearing heels, but I had to learn how to be confident in them, and I had to learn how to walk in them, because I hadn't been wearing heels before, so I didn't have to wear heels. I didn't have to walk in them. But once I started walking in heels, I felt good. Like, there's a certain, like, sometimes when you're wearing a nice pair of shoes, a nice outfit, like, you just feel really good. So I started practicing wearing heels so I could do my catwalks. And then I was around other women who were much taller than me, and I had no excuse. Like, there were taller women. I was around women who were like 6'2", 6'3", models who were so confident, and I was thinking, so why am I slouching? Why am I feeling the type of way? I need to ooze that confidence. And one thing you should always remember is the tallest people are always celebrated, like models, you know, basketball players, celebrities. You find like actors who are taller, singers who are taller, people talk about them. Like people always talk about the tall people, so you're gonna give them something to say anyway, so make sure whatever you're saying is that you're confident. Yeah, they sense that, okay, this height thing, like she's really awkward about it, and then they can like dig at you and they can attack you for it. And no, you have to really wear it because that's what you have, that's how God made you, and you can't change it, so you got to own it. What else? Okay, so another thing that I was going to talk about is just like advice and like, yeah, what I would say to younger girls and people that may not necessarily be confident with their height yet. Yeah, my comment is own it, literally. A slogan and like a quote that I love, that I always mention, is no one is you and that is your power. And literally, like, no one has the things that you have, like the way you've been made, whether it's your height, your legs, whatever, because some people, you know, have like short torsos and really, really long legs and they're tall. So you really need to own that, like that's you, that's your style. Like, you know, someone else might be looking for a star inspiration, and they look at you and they're like, wow, like I didn't really know tall girls could dress like that, and because of you they become more confident. Like it's all about encouraging each other and not thinking about what other people are going to say. Even when it comes to guys as well, like if you're worried, oh, I'm going to be taller than guys, you're not dressing for guys, dress for yourself. Sis, dress for yourself, dress in a way that is going to make you feel good. As you guys know, I love fashion, like I'm into style, and I never want to be that person that can't wear what I want to wear because I'm thinking, someone's going to say something and they're going to talk about my height. Okay, yeah, I'm tall, and what? Like, yeah, you really need to just own it. And yeah, I say the word own it a lot, but honestly, own your height and take control of how you look. When it comes to guys, like, don't worry, because there are tall men out there when you're younger, and if, like, you know, all you know is your school and the people around you, or your church, or, you know, your local community, and there aren't many tall people there, in your head you're going to think, wow, I'm never really going to find a tall guy. But you grow up, you go to uni, you go to work, you know, you start going out and you start to meet people, and you'll find there are a lot of tall guys in this world. There are tall guys everywhere. It's just yeah, you've just got to sort of have that positive mindset that if you want a taller guy, you're going to find him. Not saying that there's anything wrong with dating shorter guys if that's what you want. Like, people used to say I was stush about like dating taller guys and stuff like that when I was younger, because if a guy was shorter than me, I did not even look. Like, I was not involved. I didn't look at any guy shorter than me, just because I knew for myself I only wanted to date taller guys, and I needed someone who was going to be taller than me when I wear heels, just because that's what I wanted. That was my preference. So I just, yeah, I didn't settle for what I didn't want, and I waited till I found taller guys, and then yeah, I was happy. But honestly, it's all about yeah, just being positive about what you want. And I always say God will give you what he knows you need and what he knows that you can handle. So I think it's just important to not have that sort of negative mindset and worry about it when it comes to it. Like, as a teenager, you don't really need to worry because you haven't really met enough people. Like, you'll find people and you'll find a taller guy at the right time. And when you find that guy, he won't make you feel embarrassed about it. He won't make you feel, you know, that you need to slouch or anything. You will literally find a guy who loves you and loves your height, and that's a king. Like, that's what we're chasing. We're not chasing boys, we're chasing kings, you know. So yeah, tall girls, if there is anything that you guys want me to talk about, I'm going to try and do a lot of chit chats about tall girls. And yeah, it'll be nice to, yeah, connect with a lot of tall girls all around the world. So if you're tall and you see my video, drop a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.